You're tuned into Reading with Robin. My guest today is Cathy Barrow. She's a freelance food writer, cooking teacher, food preservation expert. I feel so inadequate already. She writes the Bring It column in the Washington Post food section. Her first book, which is gorgeous, Mrs. Wheelbarrow's, oh, that's so clever, Practical Pantry, won the prestigious IACP Award for Best Single Subject Cookbook in 2015. She's written for the New York Times, Serious Eats, Garden and Gun, Local Palate, many others, and she lives just outside of Washington, D.C. with her husband and 2 rescue terriers. Pie is great, but a dog person is even like higher on my list. And I am thrilled to have you on to talk about your brand new, oh my God, so gorgeous book called Pie Squared, Irresistibly Easy, Sweet, and Savory Slab Pies. So I've learned something new just right there. I'd never heard of a slab pie. Welcome, Cathy.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, Robin.
I am so excited. Your publicist, Nick, told me about this book, and I said, oh, my God, that's so gorgeous. Plus, what's a slab pie? Is it something that I just didn't realize that's what it was called, or I really haven't seen them, and they're just
They've been around for quite a while. Martha Stewart did a lot with slab pies a few years ago.
Okay.
Food 52 has featured them, but there's never been a book that was just completely devoted to slab pies.
Well, congratulations on having said book. It really is.
Thank you.
It is just like this cozy, gorgeous book, and I love cookbooks. I mean, who doesn't? And it's irresistible, and you have sweet, savory, everything so clever, and I want to talk about these. But before we get started, I know you just arrived in Austin for the big Texas Book Festival. I am so jealous. I wish I could go to every book festival because I have the worst FOMO when it comes to book festivals, and because it's so much fun, and if you go to the website, people can see who's there. It's just an embarrassment of riches and so much fun. So you just arrived, right?
I did just arrive, and it starts tomorrow, and I just can't wait. There's so many exciting authors here and things to do, and Austin is such a great town.
And you're in Austin.
This is you're
in Austin. So
this
I
is
love
my
that
second
city.
time here, and I just am so happy to be back.
Oh, I mean, so much fun. And so who are you stalking? Anybody in particular?
Well, I just finished the library book, so I'm hoping to find Susan Orlean.
Wasn't that an amazing?
An amazing book.
A dizzying tour. Go on her website and see where they have her, because we were trying to figure it out for here, and I never give up. But I was like, you know what? I think Susan's busy enough. Maybe when the paperback comes out. I loved the book.
I think she has 30 cities.
I think so, and it's like up, down, back, forth. It's just so dizzying, and so she'd be a really good one to stalk. I was looking at my list. I actually have a suggested stalker list for you.
Good.
If you want suggestions. So you're at 12, I think I saw 12:30 tomorrow. Who are you with? How is that working?
In the Texas Book Festival program, they have several cookbook authors who do demonstrations in the tent that is supported by Central Market, a marvelous grocery store here.
Oh, that's so cool. So you're going to be demonstrating.
I am. I'm going to make my Just Like Artichoke Dip slab pie.
Wow. It just keeps getting better.
That pie is such a winner. I can't tell you. I mean, I take it to parties, and it is gone in a minute.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the most popular thing.
So that was the which one? I mean, I've gone through this, but that's the one with the artichoke.
Yes.
Oh, here,
just like artichoke dip.
Which artichoke dip is so amazing. All right, so wait, I just want to go back to the event that you were at first before. So you'll be making them. Do you have some pre-made, like on the Today Show, so that you can serve them, or do you actually make it and then serve that one? Because you'll be the most popular. I mean, you'd be the one that everybody wants to go to, I would assume.
Well, sadly, they don't allow sampling at the festival. It is because it smells really good and it looks really good, and people will come and beg me, and I can't do it. But
you're like the pie teas.
The worst teas in the world.
Oh, wow. You pie teas. So, there's probably some rule or something. But
exactly.
so they can look at it and they can smell it. They can get within 6 inches and they have to back away from the pie. They're also so beautiful, and I'm on the phone with Cathy Barrow. Her website it's cathybarrow.com. Is that right?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we're talking about her brand new, gorgeous, just out cookbook called Pie Squared. It's slab pies, and I love the way they're all decorated so differently, and they just look like they're not like precious looking pies. They look like hearty. They're gorgeous, but they look like they don't have to be just so. Even the cover
I think there's a real movement right now, especially on Instagram. All you see are these over-decorated and super pretty pies, and I'm all for that if you're into it. But I don't want anybody to be embarrassed if their pie isn't like that. I mean, pie's delicious. It's delicious no matter what you do. And I just want to make people make pies.
It really is delicious. The vegetarian black bean chili one I was thinking of because we're all thinking holidays and Thanksgiving, and we're a family filled with vegetarians, and I just thought that would be so much. What do you recommend that I wow my family with?
I like to say that I'm in a mixed marriage because my husband's a vegetarian.
Well, then you are.
For 20 years. And so I've been cooking a lot of vegetarian food for a long time, and I found myself making more and more vegetarian versions of these pies, particularly because they end up being wonderful side dishes, especially at something like Thanksgiving, when you're trying to accommodate a lot of different eating styles. And the pan-roasted mushroom and kale is one of our favorites. And it's got Gruyere cheese, which is nutty and melty. And there's a spinach and gorgonzola one that's just divine, and asparagus one. There's a lot of vegetarian options.
I saw that, and I absolutely am making one. I will hashtag it, and you'll see.
Fantastic.
That is so much fun, but they are so beautiful, and they just jump off the page. The photography is really gorgeous. Don't tell me you did that as well. Did you do that?
No, I was very lucky to work with the two women from the Canal House, Christopher Hersheimer and Melissa Hamilton.
Well,
they
beautiful.
Are so talented. They did my last book, Mrs. Wheelbarrow's Practical Pantry, and they've also shot my next book, which is called When Pies Fly.
I love that. So we can schedule our next interview because I know I'm going to just not want to miss anything that you do. The one that looks like a Pop-Tart, that one is crazy looking. I just was flipping through and I was like, oh my God, that is a giant Pop-Tart.
That's exactly what it is. I'm going to say that is not the easiest pie in the book. That one's pretty hard to make, but it's
what makes it hard? What part is tricky?
It's filled with fresh strawberries, and fresh strawberries, the moment sugar touches them, they start to just exude all this liquid, and so you have to make it really fast. So you have to be kind of, ready to go and just get the filling in and fold it all up and put it in the freezer to freeze it solid before it goes in the oven. And then it's fine.
So it's not a starter pie. So you wouldn't which one would you if somebody really is a little nervous about digging into the slab pie, what would you recommend for ease sake?
I think I call it dough phobia. There are a lot of people who are afraid to roll out dough. And I can say with all modesty that my pie dough is very, very easy to work with. But if you're afraid, there are press-in crusts. There's an olive oil crust and a shortbread crust and cracker crust and a cookie crust and hash brown crust, all these different options to use as crust if you don't want to roll something out. So I think the entry level on the sweet side is definitely like the chocolate peanut butter pie, which is made with chocolate cookie crumb crust and a peanut butter and cream cheese filling, and it's divine. On the savory side, there's the Moroccan spiced shepherd's pie, which is really yummy with a press-in olive oil crust and a spiced lamb filling and just a cloud of mashed potatoes on top.
Oh, wow. They just, what are you making tomorrow that people cannot try?
Oh, I'm making the artichoke pie.
Oh, you said that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just
a cream cheese crust.
Oh. So do you make the crust ahead of time?
Yes. In fact, I usually have 3 or 4 in my freezer at any moment. so that I can just leap into a pie. Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. So you're just always ready to go. So if you're having company and it's a last-minute thing, you don't panic. You just go in there and see. And also, do you keep pies frozen and ready to roll? Or
if I had room in my freezer, I would. Oh. I don't have any room.
Yeah, no, and I can see. And what is the pan that you use? Are they different pans, or it's all the same kind of pan?
It's all made in one pan, and it's a 9x13 sheet pan.
Okay.
So it's called a quarter sheet pan in the restaurant world, but it's half the size of what we usually use for a sheet.
So it's not like a jelly roll pan. No, it's got deeper, right?
No, it is like a jelly roll pan with a 1-inch side. Yeah.
So a higher side. Okay. Mm-hmm. So is that perfect, or do you have any do you have any plans to have like your own slab pie cookware or something like that?
No, I don't think so, because they're so easy to find. These quarter sheets are available anywhere from like $5 a piece to $15 if you want something fancy. And I get them with lids. They come with these snap-on plastic lids. So you can make the pie and carry it to a party, and it's all ready to go. It's wonderful.
I didn't know they come with lids. We actually might have some of these pans because I probably thought they were like sort of cookie sheets, but with like a higher side. And I think we do. Again, I'm very aware of what's in my kitchen. I think we do have those. And you mentioned like putting on a lid and bringing it somewhere. And I was reading in the book, these are such a perfect thing to bring to someone's house, or like you said, to serve a lot of side dish, and because they look like they really would serve a nice amount of people.
They do. Some of them will serve a dozen people, and if they're really rich, they'll even stretch to feed like 18 people. It's very accommodating.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the people. This Hawaiian pizza slab pie.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. Well, and you've got those beautiful pineapple rings and like the sauce and the did you have to cut recipes from the book? You have so many in here, but were there some that you'll have to, is that what the next book is about, or no?
The next book is about freeform pies, like hand pies and galettes and empanadas. And I did have extra filling ideas that I didn't put into this book that ended up in the next one.
Oh, that's great, because you don't, we talk about leftovers. That's not like the ultimate with an author, especially in fiction. We're talking this week about historical fiction a lot and all the research that's collected. And it's like, what can you do with it, entertain people at a cocktail party maybe, but it's great to use those leftovers or bit somewhere. So I love that you're able to literally take your leftovers and stick them in an empanada. These are just so much fun. Okay, so tomorrow you're going to be making the artichoke. Are they filming this for those who can't be there?
They're not, but I will be on the Hallmark channel
I
next
love that
week.
Channel. Okay.
And I'll be making the chocolate peanut butter pie there.
And when are they airing that? Is that for like a holiday?
November 1st.
Okay. Oh, so you're filming it and then they're airing it pretty fast. I love the Hallmark Channel. I just can't wait till those Christmas movies start. Or do they start?
It's
or
just
November
so 1st? Happy.
I just love them. I watch them all winter long, and sometimes more than once. They are just so happy. And there's so having you on there making a pie is perfect. I will post that when I post about your tour too. I have everything.
Thank you.
Here, you're welcome, because I'm so excited. The Hallmark Channel is like a really big deal in this house. Yeah, we love them. So we're talking about Pie Squared. It's just out. Irresistibly easy, sweet and savory slab pie. So truly something for everyone. And it's cookbook season, and everybody wants to know like what's something different to make. And as Cathy the confidence, I feel my confidence growing that I could do one of these, and I am.
Well, I can also tell you, Robin, that I have on YouTube, I've got 5 videos that will show you all my tips and tricks for making slab pies.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, so you have a YouTube channel, and it's under Cathy Barrow. Okay, so I will.
That's right.
I will look at that. And you dedicated this book to your mom, which is so beautiful. Is that how you learned to cook? Was it a family full of
she was
pie
just
lovers?
a great pie maker, and I remember every Thanksgiving morning she would get up early. She'd brew coffee, and then she would just start rolling out pie after pie after pie. And I do the same thing. It's just, I think that's how Thanksgiving starts.
It does. You just you can just feel it, and then the cooking starts, and just all of it comes together. And yeah, it's one of our favorite holidays in this family. And and I really enjoyed looking at your website. I saw about your knitting and Morty the dog. And
he's cute, isn't he, Morty?
He's adorable. He's adorable. I'm such a dog person. Everybody who listens to Reading with Robin knows that dogs are like tops. It's the tops of the conversation, plus the book. But the dogs are just
we have Louie and Morty, and they're just
Louie
terrific.
and Morty. Morty is one of the names that we have for like a dog for one day, maybe. We have Banny Irving is our puppy, but Morty is our kids. Yeah, that's come up as in conversation. Louie and Morty
it's
are
a good dog name.
Yeah, it is a great dog. Are they best of friends? Your pups?
They're pretty good friends. You know, they're terriers, so they spend most of their time trying to kill each other. But I think they like each other, too.
Oh, that's so sweet. I know. We've never had two, at the same time. But there's a move for that. But
I'm a big fan of two.
Yeah,
something really interesting happens when you bring a second dog in. The first one starts acting like a dog.
Isn't that funny? Because they don't think they are, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, I belong with that. Who are those others? Right. That is funny. And the pictures of people with two are just darling. One of my Facebook friends just brought home a puppy, and just seeing that puppy curled up on the big sister, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's the sweetest thing.
Yeah, the sweetest thing. Do you knit things for them?
I do. I make jackets for them.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. I saw socks. I mean, I know it's very impressive. You're very talented, clearly very talented. And so I'm like, what else does she do? She does a lot of stuff. And we were talking off air. You're reading Kate Atkinson's book. So did you bring a few, like, I don't know where you are in it, but do you always have like a backup book with you in case that one gets finished?
I like to travel with a hardcover book. I like reading a real book when I'm traveling, but I always have 3 or 4 on my iPad should I need additional reading.
So you're prepared for any kind of emergency. Plus, you have that pie that you can't serve to anybody. So you're in really, you're in really good shape.
At a book festival, I figure I can't get out of here without 10 more books. I'm in deep trouble.
You absolutely can't. And I have a little list. If I don't know who else you're going to get to see. Are you there? Is it all day Saturday and all day Sunday?
That's right.
Okay, so you have plenty. All right, so you want to see Shoba Ray for sure.
Okay.
You want to see Elizabeth McCracken. You want
I do.
She's amazing. Bolaway was really awesome. We got to see Elizabeth when she was in Rhode Island for the NEBA conference. You want to see Ruman Alam because he is friggin' hilarious, and I love him and his books. You want to see my friend Sarah McCoy. She wrote Marilla of Green Gables. Give her a hug from me, please. And we hardly even know each other, Cathy.
I'm going to be very busy.
Giving you assignments. And if you get a chance to see Alexander Chi, he's just brilliant and funnier than he thinks he probably is. And Rachel Heng and Lillian Lee also. Okay. I think, and there were so many. I mean, I was looking through that list, and I'm like, wait, I'm only up to the C's or the D's. And there were others, but, like, those were my top picks.
It's a terrific festival. Have you been?
I have not been to this one, and it's on my list. I've been to a few of the ones that are like in the Northeast, and I'm planning on the Tucson Festival, but I should really get to this one. Amanda Air Ward is a friend of ours, and she lives in Austin, and the first time she came to Rhode Island to do an event and told us about that festival, I said, we've got to get there. And that was like 7 years ago. But the last time we were in Austin, we did get to see her and go to their fabulous bookstore over there. So it's just such a great city. The food was insane. We had there's a really cool bar/ice cream shop there. I forget what it's called, but it's like, really good homemade ice cream and drinks.
Yum.
Yeah.
Fun.
It's
I have
probably
to
not.
find that.
Yeah, and there were and there are food trucks behind it and twinkle lights. There were twinkle lights and food trucks everywhere from what I remembered. Yeah. Yeah, and a really
cool.
And
the festival is held on the grounds of the Texas Capitol.
Yes.
And it's on the walkway that goes all the way around the Capitol building. It's very pretty, and there are lots of food trucks, and it's just a lovely day.
All of it. Well, enjoy it, because there's nothing like being with book people and doing the panels and getting to see panels and catching up with friends. And who are the other cookbook authors that are there? Paula
Disbrow will be demonstrating before me, and she has a new book on grilling that came out through the Food 52 imprint at 10 Speed. And Ed Lee, I know Ed Lee is here. He has a memoir, I think. And I don't know anybody else. I should have looked it up, but I haven't figured that. I knew Paula.
No pressure, Cathy. No pressure. So which pie are you most known for in the family? Like if people come over,
I'm definitely known for sour cherry pie. I've been making it most of my life. I got a blue ribbon for it in my first ever pie contest about
that's so cool.
10 years ago. And it sort of kicked off my food writing career.
That blue ribbon.
Pie contest. Yeah.
So where do you hang? Is it hung in the kitchen?
No, it's secret. It's in my office. It's a little silly to put it out.
Do you wear it around? Is it
all the time? Yes, and a tiara.
They go well together. I do. I'm so taken with the pictures though of these the crust, like the ones where the little squares are cut out, and there's it's kind of an asymmetrical design, and the Southern style tomato slab pie with cheddar cheese crust. The lattice work. Is that more difficult than I would think, or it's not? It looks tricky.
It's really not. Part of it is having the right dough, and my pie dough is very easy to work with. And the other thing is just not to worry too much. I have something that I call the lazy lattice.
Oh, I like
literally, you don't even bother basket weaving. Just put it down in one direction, put it down in the other direction. By the time it's cooked, nobody can tell that it's lattice, basket weave. Just don't worry about it so much.
Yeah,
I think that's my real message: is stop worrying. Just make a pie.
I know that, right. People can fret about things that really aren't fretworthy, and then you can become paralyzed, and it's like, who cares, And when you think about when you're a child, you don't care so much. You just sort of do things until you find out that you're not doing it right. But until in that very beautiful childlike state of everything's cool, kind of want to go back there, because who cares? Well, this Yankee Doodle Dandy Sour, that's the one you're talking about, the sour cherry?
Yes. Isn't that beautiful?
So beautiful. I mean.
And I love the way the photographer allowed the messy in the pie. It's dripping over the side. And that's pie.
And that's the one you've got on the cover. Yeah, I was thinking of that movie Waitress and Play with the pie, and also the movie Michael with John Travolta and the song about the pie. Do you know the song?
That's my favorite. Yes, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Andy McDowell just does a song about pie. I love that. That's what I was thinking of when I saw this. And I have to also say, in the back here, how to slice a slab pie. Who did the illustrations?
Oh, that's my friend Marilyn Pollock-Neyron, who is so talented. Isn't that a beautiful illustration?
It is gorgeous.
It's so charming.
It's so charming. Did she also do on your website that background on top?
Yes, she did.
I thought, because I was so taken with that. I was showing my daughter. I said, I got to know who. That's my kind of art. I just would love that stuff on a tote or a tee. Yeah.
Well, you should follow her on Instagram. She does beautiful work. Her Instagram handle is MPNARON. And she also illustrated.
Yeah.
She also illustrated a book by Frank Bruni and Jennifer Steinhauer that came out earlier this year on meatloaf.
Oh, I didn't know that he had a book. I know Frank. He had a new book? How did I miss that?
It came out, maybe it was I think it was in March of this year.
I did not know that. I think I had him on the show the year before that. All right, Frank's in trouble. Okay, I will look at that book. But when I was on your, I hate when I miss a book. When I was on the website, though, that was one of the first things that caught my eye, and I just thought, who drew that? It's just so charming and playful. It's just like,
and it's also very like me. I mean, that was the thing that Marilyn is a great illustrator, but she also captures the person. Mm-hmm. And she captured me in that perfectly.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And this How to Slice a Slab Pie, I just love it. I loved it. In the corner it says personal slab pie for one. It's very funny and lovely.
It is. It's fun. Right, and those are the details, and those are the things in a cookbook. Because the cookbooks it's a story, and you're storytelling within the pages of the recipes, the beautiful photography. It really is a whole story about slab pies, and it's all so, oh my God, this last one, what is that? What's that last one with the beautiful kind of those cream cheese flowers or banana?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a banana?
Yes, that's a banana pudding pie.
Oh my goodness, with what kind of crust is that?
Vanilla wafers.
Oh, wow. I want to make that one, too. And I love the ones with the letters. The
calligraphy letters?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Melissa Hamilton really gets all the credit for decorating these pies. She was so inventive and made each one, distinct. It's not easy to shoot 60 pies. They're all brown. I mean, let's just say they're brown. And so to make them interesting, the two, Christopher Hersheimer and Melissa Hamilton, were so inventive in the way that some of them were sliced and some of them were just the ingredients.
Because they all look different. Yeah, I mean, they all pop. But I also, just the way this whole book, from the inside and outside the covers, are covered in the dough. So it's just like this book is like the pages are like a filling of this slab pie, book pie. I mean, the whole thing. Yeah. It's gorgeous, and it's Cathy Barrow's. I want to keep saying that, Cathy Barrow.
That's okay.
But it's spelled Barrow, right? But
Yes, it is.
All right, Cathy, I'll fix that when I tape it. Cathy Barrow's Pie Squared, Irresistibly Easy, Sweet, and Savory Slab Pies. This was such a treat, and I can't wait to hear how you'll post. Do you tweet and post and do Instagram a lot?
I do. I'm very active on Instagram and Facebook, and I do a little bit of Twitter. Mm-hmm.
Well, I will check. That's what I used to be very heavily. I used to love tweeting. One of the things one of the things is somebody's ruined Twitter for everybody. That's one thing.
Hello.
And the other thing is that when I got a new phone, somehow I can't remember my Twitter. I could figure it out, password, so it's on my computer. It's not on my phone, and I'm on my phone more, so that's why I'm not. And my Instagram is on my phone, and it's connected. My daughter doesn't believe any of this, but it's true, and so I don't go on Twitter as much, but I think it's just a happier place, Instagram, and so I'm on there more. So I will find you there and see pictures and see what I'm missing.
And don't forget the YouTube channel, because that's where all the tips are. Mm-hmm.
And what is the channel? Is it your name?
Yes.
Okay, Cathy Barrow on. All right, I'm writing that YouTube, and I will let people know, and check out where Cathy will be, because you've got quite an extensive book tour. We'll look for you on the Hallmark Channel, and I am very excited to share Pie Squared with my readers and my listeners, and all the best. Enjoy, and then you'll be home with Louie and Morty before you know it. So
that's right. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you.
Same here, and just have so much fun, and let me know who you do find, and if you find Susan, your stalking will be a success.
It will be complete.